Hello, my name is Ethan Bai, and today I will be telling you about some basic computer terms that you should know. So, the first would be browser. So, what is a browser? A browser is just a platform that you can basically access a lot of other stuff on. The example I'm going to show is Google Chrome. So, I have Google Chrome here and I would open a new window, and this is just what Google Chrome is. In terms of apps, all these applications down here are apps because obviously app is short for application, and they're just different types of things that you can use, and a lot of them you download from online. So apps range from Word, which you can write stuff in, to stuff like Zoom, which obviously you can meet with other people and all that type of stuff. Another pretty common term is cookies, which is just like packets of data that websites use to speed up interactions and all that type of stuff, but they also track your data to do that. So that's a common thing when you access websites. When it asks you to accept cookies, that's what it's talking about. Cache or cache, depending on how you pronounce it, should be called cache. It's spelled like this. CACHE is like internal data stored in your Chrome or your browser, basically. So sometimes you will have too much data accumulated, and this includes like saved passwords and recent websites accessed and bookmarks and all that type of stuff. Your browser or your certain applications can start running really slowly, and that's when you might have to clear this type of data. It's kind of like a history. And yeah, other things I can think about that are relatively important, I guess, are things like, I would say, Windows, or a PC basically is normally a computer with a Windows software, while Mac is obviously an Apple software based thing. A common term you will hear in, I guess, basically every workspace is folders. Folders just normally refers to the file explorer here, where you have many folders that you can get into. And yeah, this is just how to access documents. It's the same online. If you have a collection of documents, you normally put them in folders, and yeah, that's just good knowledge to know. Another thing is this screen here is called your desktop. So if someone tells you to save something to your desktop, they mean to save it here, and it will normally pop up on this side. And what these are called, this is actually, this is just things that are good to know. These are all called shortcuts. So the app doesn't actually belong here. So if you delete, like let's say I delete this Zoom icon, it doesn't actually delete Zoom. It's just part of, it's just like what we call a shortcut. So you open this and then this will start the actual application. So yeah. One more thing I guess you could just say is notifications is obviously just things that are pop-ups or whatever that could be related to you that you might want to look at. Airplane mode basically stops you from getting any data, but you can still use network if you turn it on. Network, or what we call Wi-Fi, is just cellular connection. obviously location is just location. Hotspot is where you're basically splitting your own data to other people. This stuff is mostly on phone. And then you have VPN, which is a virtual private network, and this allows you to access certain content that might not be available in your country, and also lets you hide your IP address. And what your IP address is every computer and every location basically has its own IP address, and this is tracked to obviously be able to connect you with the internet, but this can give away certain information like approximate location, so some people use VPNs to be able to stop that. That's most of the stuff I can think of right now, and I think for common knowledge, that's most of what you need to know. And one last thing that we can talk about is just these things here are all kind of shortcuts, and you can also do what we call as, this is also a form of bookmarking, which if you have here, you have bookmarks that you can click on. Yeah, these are bookmarks. And so if someone tells you to bookmark something, you would just press this star here. It's called a favorite for some reason, but it's not a favorite, and then it will bookmark it to the main page. Thank you for listening to this short tutorial on some common internet terms, and thank you for listening.